Michael Schumacher and Jenson Button as drivers that have won this race in consecutive years, but a smoke coming off the Toro Rosso and the Force Indio as we have 5 lights above us. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a great start from Sebastian Vettel, and he is already alongside and ahead of both Mercedes. Nico Rosberg on the inside, Hamilton on the outside. Vettel takes the lead into the first corner. Hamilton's down in 4th, made that 5th as Max Verstappen comes past him, and now he's under pressure from Felipe Massa as well. It's Ferrari 1 and 2 as Hamilton has the Williams for company. Into turn 3 we go. Kimi Raikkonen holds off Nico Rosberg. Verstappen then follows them, and Valtteri Bottas ahead of Hamilton. Then comes Sainz of Daniel Ricciardo and Nico Hülkenberg, and then the McLaren of Fernando Alonso. But what a start for Sebastian Vettel, running in 5th place, which is where Williams are targeting a finish for him today.
And then, of course, they've got Magnussen now, who's made that pit stop with the puncture right in the middle of him. He'll be blue
Hamilton's
flag.
got a great exit there. Magnussen almost getting a little bit in the way, and I think that might have just held up Hamilton a little bit. They've got a super exit on the run down towards turn 3. He's going to have a little go on the inside here. Massa goes wide. Hamilton swoops round the outside. And DRS there, assistance for the Mercedes, gaining and gaining on the 2015 powered Toro Rosso. As they get into the braking zone, Hamilton just a little bit too far. Years of age, has to look into his mirrors. Hamilton is there, but not quite close enough.
Last year.
I can't get past this guy.
Blue flags being waved, that's for Kevin Magnussen. Bottas pulls out to the inside of the first turn.
As the tyre punctured, he went down, the back of the car went down on the ground, and the fresh skid blocks for the race were in contact, the titanium skid
Verstappen, then we look back to Felipe Massa, who was overtaken by Hamilton, now could get overtaken by Daniel Ricciardo. They're going to light that down at the first turn. Still Valtteri Bottas is coming back at him. Williams, Mercedes power against Renault power, and through the chicane does go Valtteri Bottas.
And as Rosberg pits from 3rd place.
And they were preparing the tyres, Ted. It was for Rosberg first.
Yeah, it's the soft tyre, so they are going to try and go long on Lewis Hamilton's strategy. It's the only way, really. Wow, that was a quick exit. The front jackman had to get out of the way. Pretty smart on Nico Rosberg's pit stop. So that's a change to the soft tyre now.
Ted, does he get out, though? Ted, hang on 2 seconds. Does he get out ahead of Nico Hülkenberg? He does, only just by a matter of inches. That is utterly crucial for Nico Rosberg's race that he did that. So
Got to be another strategy, guys. Can't be stuck with this guy behind him for ages.
As Vettel then pits. Vettel pits for Ferrari. I'll talk about that in a moment.
Ted, down to you.
And it's the red stripe super soft tyre. So this is the why they didn't do an extra lap at the end of qualifying. They were saving this very tyre with the red stripe, the super soft, the nice grippy one. Doesn't last very long in the stint. And you wonder whether Ferrari actually need to do this, don't you, Crofty?
Yeah, Ted.
But that commits Rosberg to his 2-stop, by the way, as it does Vettel.
It certainly does, but look there, the undercut that they've tried Mercedes with Nico Rosberg might just have worked to great effect, because here comes Rosberg. He's attacking Sebastian Vettel. Into turn 3 we go. Vettel just stays ahead, but look how much closer the Mercedes is by pitting 1 lap extra. Valtteri Bottas in the Williams. There goes Daniel Ricciardo down the inside. See there, Verstappen getting a really good exit and getting past Valtteri Bottas as well. Don't often see cars getting past there, but that was a super move by Verstappen, also by Sainz as well.
From Rosberg on those soft tyres.
There goes Verstappen down the inside of Jenson Button. Come out ahead, hasn't he, of Felipe Massa by quite some margin. And the Toro Rosso slicing through the field there.
Let him run to the end and split the strategy and try and distract Mercedes.
Sebastian Vettel is right behind Lewis Hamilton here. Hamilton, who hasn't pitted yet, lapped to 134.2. Vettel at 137. Superb.
He's certainly positioning his car to make it more than it's 1.8 metres wide, but he's pitting anyway now.
So lap 16, and they're looking to put the medium compound tyre onto his car and onto Kimi Raikkonen's. Is that the super soft, Ted?
It's the super soft, and it's a slow getaway for Kimi Raikkonen. So Kimi's going to have to do 2. He won't get to the end of the race on this strategy. So why did they leave him out so long? Hamilton finally gets his wish and comes in, and it's the one set of medium tyres he's got available to him.
Gingerly indeed, we've got a safety car, and that's a massive impact. Fernando Alonso looks a little bit winded, and a little bit shocked by that, and shaking hands with Esteban Gutierrez. This is down at turn 3. The leading drivers had already pitted, of course. Here comes Alonso. Oh.
Yeah. So it was not a car failure. Oh, that all looks a bit familiar to me, to be honest.
wasn't it just? And then it dug in twice into the gravel.
Looking to the right, switches sides, and Gutierrez has braked much earlier than he expected, or lifted off much earlier than he expected. And up in the air it goes.
And it was just a glancing blow at first, wasn't it? But there's a red flag as well. As we look at these replays, the race has actually now been red flagged whilst they recover that McLaren.
Before the apex of the corner, that is, when you're doing over 200 miles an hour. There he goes. That was from onboard Gutierrez. Luckily his didn't go upside down, because what can happen is...
I'll find out why they've needed to red flag it, Crofty. I don't know if you can see whether the barriers require so much rebuilding.
I think basically because there's so much debris down there.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just needed to get a lot of people out there.
Bottas had also pitted under the safety car and was going to go to the end.
And in many ways, there are no brake lights on these cars. They would be useless anyway. They slow down so quickly, a brake light would not really give you an awful...
Ron, can I just ask if have you spoken to Fernando? Is he okay?
Well, and we can restart this Australian Grand Prix. What comes from here on in, we're not quite sure at the moment. That's the beauty of this live sport. And what we do know is that Sebastian Vettel's going to slow everybody down now, bunch the pack up.
How do I turn the alarm off? I'm afraid I can't say, Lewis.
Vettel leading the race. Big lock up there from Carlos Sainz behind Max Verstappen. Down the main straight we go. And Sebastian Vettel ahead then of Nico Rosberg and Kimi Raikkonen. Daniel Ricciardo is the driver in fourth place, but he has already got Max Verstappen behind him. Hamilton is looking at Carlos Sainz. Has got to cover himself as Sainz, and he's done well there. Behind them comes Felipe Massa, Roman Grosjean and Nico Hulkenberg. Great exit from Max Verstappen behind Ricciardo coming out of turn 2. Has he got enough straight there to try and dance around the outside? No, he can't. And crucially for Hamilton, he can't get past Sainz either.
Just shadow Mercedes. All right, they wouldn't have known what Mercedes were doing behind them in the pit lane, and just put the medium tyre on.
Before we answer that, Jenson Button on Sergio Perez. Super. Into the pits comes Kimi Raikkonen.
Something happened. Broke something. Okay, understood. Kimi, understood. Pull off where it's safe.
Dave Greenwood is race engineer with a tint of disappointment.
Fire in the airbox, look.
Yeah,
Fire in the
there
airbox.
is. The engine, something has gone with the engine. Ted, you're down there.
Yeah, really nasty smoking. Kimmy's just started. There's a little fire coming out of the top of the airbox. Come on, someone get with the extinguisher. Well done, Australian marshals. Good work. Ferrari were very slow with any of their extinguishers. Now they're just pouring extinguishment into the airbox. Kimi Raikkonen, nonchalant as you like. He's not exactly rushing out.
Trying to work it out with less than 1 hour 20 minutes. 13th, and we saw the approach to turn 13, and we see the exit with Perez on the inside, getting past the box and not taking over an existing team.
Berg in the first 2 sectors. Oh, that's covered the inside off properly, hasn't it? They're costing themselves a lot of time, but...
Guys, we need to stop. Stop.
Oh, Carlos Sainz in trouble here. He's coming into the pits, and that really has cost Carlos Sainz, hasn't it? He's come out behind now Sergio Perez. Verstappen's in the pits now as well. Sorry to break in, Martin. And look,
mediums too. It's the tyre. It's the right tyre.
But that's a late call from Max Verstappen, and maybe he's made the call for them because nobody was ready with those tyres. That's a very slow pit stop. Here goes Carlos Sainz on Sergio Perez. He's going to sling one down the inside. Oh, he locks up his brakes. They almost touch.
How many times I said I have problems with the tyres? I wanted to pit first, fuck.
It's like they just didn't want to go anywhere near the medium compound, isn't it? But last year, the medium...
Oh, they got a problem at the rear? A problem at the front, I should say? That was a slow stop with DRS down the main straight. Needs to get this overtaking done to continue his pursuit of his teammate. And he's going down the inside as Lewis Hamilton, and he makes it into the apex and takes second place. And that was as comfortable as Lewis Hamilton could have wished. Red Bull can't make those soft tyres go until the end of the race. On go the super soft tyres, bit of DRS assistance. So here comes Carlos Sainz on DRS, and down into turn 1, Sainz has finally got past Jolyon Palmer, and that's an overtake that's been waiting for a while. And Max Verstappen now seizes the moment, sizes up Jolyon Palmer, and can he get past the Renault? Can he get into the corner? Yes, just standing ovation going into turn 1, but he's got to get past Felipe Massa first, and he's got DRS assistance to try and do that. And the Renault Power, the badged up tag engine, blasts Ricciardo, and he just overcooked it going into the slowest corner on the track. His teammate locked up. That's what happened.
Hard.
hit Sainz.
Yeah, here we go. Oh. That's been sort of coming all afternoon, hasn't it? But Verstappen lost out now. Will Sainz his left rear tyre.
Sainz locked up.
Yeah.
Hamilton out-braking himself here, Martin.
Into turn 9. He'll have a little scamper along the inside there.
In that middle sector, and what was a 2.5 second on the track, haven't they? Rosberg's.
Oh, he's gone very wide.
Sebastian Vettel has debris down there.
It's a tricky little corner. I think his eye was taken off.
Sorry, guys.
His dad won this race, the Australian Grand Prix in '85. In 2016, Nico Rosberg wins the Australian Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg will be very thankful.
Yes, well done, good job. Yeah, awesome guys, awesome. Thank you very much. Great start to the season.
Checkered flag, Roman, checkered flag. Absolutely amazing, dude.
Guys, listen to me. This is a win for us. This is a win. Unbelievable for everyone. Unbelievable. I don't even know where we finished. Unbelievable.
You finished 6th.
Rear puncture.
Two Mercedes drivers embrace. Nico Rosberg comes out to celebrate.